In this video, we will understand sorting of numbers using bubble sort. This is one of the array application. We shall first write the program and then we shall trace it taking an example. So we all know how to declare an array. If at all you have not understood the array concept, I would recommend you to go through the video on arrays. Let size of an array be 10 and the type of the way elements which are stored in an array be of type int. N is the size of an array, I, j are counters, and temp is used for swapping the values. Okay, ask the user to enter the value of n. Read it into a variable n. Now read these n numbers into array. So how do we read an array? For single dimensional array, we make use of a for loop. So it goes as for I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus what? Scanf percentage d ampersand a of I. So this is how we read an array. Okay. Next, coming to sorting part, I'll just comment it here. Reading array. Right. Now, how are we going to sort it? We make use of two for loops. For I equal to 0, I less than n plus plus. This is for all the elements. Okay, from the first element till the nth element, and the inner for loop is for comparison purpose. J equal to 0, j less than n minus I, j plus plus. Okay, compare each of the elements. So how do we perform a comparison? Using a relational operator, a of j is greater than or equal to a of j plus 1. What are we supposed to do? We are supposed to swap it. How do you swap? We know this, correct? Temp is equal to a of j. Okay, I'm just continuing it here. A of j is equal to a of j plus 1. Once I iterate it, you will be able to understand. Okay, a of j plus 1 is equal to temp. Okay, so once we come out of both the loops, we have a sorted array in A itself. We have to print it. How do we print? Printf sorted array is, I'll just give a backslash n here. Printing an array. How do we print an array? I equal to 0, I, n, I plus plus, printf what? percentage d a of I. Okay, so this ends your main. So why 2 loops? The first loop is to take care of all elements in an array. Okay, and this is to compare all elements. Okay, so for I equal to 1 to n. Now the question arises, why not 0? We are taking care of 0th element here, so I am taking here a of j 0 is greater than a of j plus 1. So consecutively you keep on checking the elements and compare them. If one of them is greater, you swap and make sure that the smaller element is to the top of it. Okay, yeah, we'll just take an example for the same and we'll understand. Okay, now let n be 5, that is the size of an array is 5. Now the elements stored in this array, let they be 4, 5, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so this is array A, indexes 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Right, so user enters n value, he also enters the array elements. Right, so I'll just write here the for loops and accordingly we'll iterate it. For I equal to 1 less than n plus plus. Okay, for 0 j less than I j plus plus, compare. If a of j is greater than or equal to a of j plus 1. Okay, so what is that? Temp equal to a of j. A of j is equal to a of j plus 1. A of j plus 1 is equal to temp. Okay, so this is the loop. Now what are the other variables? We have other variables as I, which is initially initialized to 1. We have variable j, which is initially initialized to 0, and we have temp variable, which is not yet initialized to anything. Now with these initial conditions, we shall see how our array gets sorted. For I equal to 1, I is less than 5, value of n is 5. Here it becomes 5 minus 1, j loop, it should start from 0 to 4. That means you have to compare this 0th element, okay, with all other elements of the array. So only this is called as a comparison loop. Now we'll just have a look at it. A of j, what is a of j? That is a of 0. A of 0, is it greater than a of j plus 1, a of 1? So 4 is compared with 5. Is it greater? No, the condition becomes false. Okay, if is ended here, you go back, increment the value of j. J now becomes 1. 1 is less than 4, correct? 1 is less than 4. Next comparison is a of 1 is greater than a of 2. Right? A of 1 is 5. You compare it with this. The condition is true. So what will this do? This is used to perform swap. Correct? That means you have to interchange these both values. Temp is equal to a of j. temp is equal to a of 1. So 5 is stored here. A of j is equal to, what is a of j in our case now? J is 1. A of 1 is equal to a of j plus 1, that is 1. Now this gets erased. This is written as 1. A of j plus 1 is equal to temp. A of j plus 1 is equal to temp. That is a of 2 is equal to 5. We simply exchange the values here. Okay. Right. Now increment the value by 1. So j becomes 2. 2 is less than 4. The condition is true. Now compare again. A of 2 is greater than a of 3, greater than or equal to. Sometimes the elements might be same. In that case, yes, simply the swapping is done and the values are one behind the another. Again the condition is true, right? Now temp is equal to a of j. A of j, again it is 5 here. A of j plus 1, a of j is equal to a of j plus 1. So basically what this happens, this is written with 2 and 5 comes here. Alright, that is a of j, a of 2 is equal to, temp is equal to a of j, that is 5. A of j, a of 2 is equal to okay. So we have 2 here and a of j plus 1 is equal to 5. So we got 2 and we got 5. Okay. Increment the value of j. J now becomes 3. 3 is less than 4. Condition is true. Now again perform the comparison. A of 3 greater than or equal to a of 4. 5 is compared with 3. Is condition true? The condition is true. So we again perform the swap. Okay. So when I perform this swap, what is what basically happens? I get 3 here and I get 5. So once more, if you increment it, it becomes 4. 4 less than 4, condition becomes false. You come out of this jth loop. Okay. So at end of first iteration, what do we have in our array? Just observe. We have 4, 1, 2, 3, 5. If you observe, the largest element has moved to the bottom. This is 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Right? So this is our array A. Now again, repeat the process. We have to do it for n elements because for the first time only one element got appropriate position. Okay. We have to fix the position for all n elements. So increment the value of I. I now becomes 2. Correct? 2 is less than 5. 2 is less than 5. Start the iteration. Now here j is equal to 0. J is less than 5 minus 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. 5 minus 2 is 3. Just use an eraser. 5 minus 2 is 3. Okay. So once this position is fixed, there is no point in comparing again with this element because we are pretty sure that the largest element has moved to the bottom. Start comparing. A of j and a of j plus 1 is 4 greater than 1. Condition is true. Swap these both elements. So now 1 is written here and 4 is updated here. Increment the value of j. J becomes 2. 2 is less than 3. Compare these both. The condition is true. So what happens here? 2 comes here and 4 is written here. 4 is compared with 3 in the next part. So what happens here? 4 is swapped with 3. So at end of this iteration, what do we have in our array? We will have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Right? Increment once more, becomes 3, 3 less than 3. Not true, you come out of this jth block. Increment the value of I now becomes 3. 3 is less than 5. Correct? 3 is less than 5. J is equal to 0. 0 to 2. 0 to 2. 5 minus 3 is 2. Right? So we are supposed to do the comparison only between these elements. Right? So 1 is compared with 2, no change. 2 is compared with 3, no change. Fine. So even after this iteration, the elements remain the same. The same thing goes on. I gets incremented by 4. 4 is less than 5. Condition is true. This is the last iteration 1, 0 and 1. These both elements are compared. Again, there is no change. Come out of the jth block. Increment the value of I becomes 5. 5 less than 5. Condition becomes false. You come out of this ith loop, correct? And we have a sorted list in our hand. I hope you understood bubble chart. Thank you for watching.